after coming out of meditation, that's when you do that. So you are looking back on what happened. You're looking back on the process. So this is what I was meaning, that insight doesn't always happen while you are observing, it happens afterwards. It is even more clear. We will look at the sutta later on. Hopefully we have time for that today. That it makes it even more clear that it happens afterwards. Yeah, you come out of the state, then you do this kind of contemplation.
A lot of old folks watch TV the whole day because they are bored or have nothing much to do. For some, they watch or are addicted to the TV, as they say, it relaxes their mind. For these people who are not so spiritually inclined or do not practice meditation, what can they do to reduce their attachment?
Don't be kind to them. Be friendly. Be loving. Don't judge them. Don't think for them. Maybe for them, watching TV is the best they can do. You know, sometimes you have to remember that what we can do depends on our personal inclinations, depends on our views, depends on how we have brought up, and sometimes we are trapped by that personality. And some people are not. It's not possible to shift them, especially when someone is getting old. They get more set in their ways. There's less you can. They're less flexible. So don't expect them to change. Just accept them for what they are. That is the best thing you can do. And if you really want them to change, then the best thing to do is just to be kind. And if you show them enormous kindness, if you show them enormous respect and this way, that is often the best way for them to see, because then they will feel valued. And when they feel valued, they will be more open to change. But sometimes if we try to change other people, they will tend to resist, right? But if we can show that we're always coming from a good place, we have their well-being at heart, then they are more likely to open up. So kindness is often the most important thing that we can do to help other people change.
Dear Ajahn, how do we know when to follow the commentaries and when we should not?
We should follow the commentaries unless there is a very good reason in the suttas not to follow the commentaries.
Okay, thanks. Sukiya to Ajahn, besides referring to the whole body of the breath, could it also be referring to physical body, as breathing directly leads to expansion and contraction of the lungs, raising and falling of the rib cage, abdomen, chest, etc.? Could it be covered by the phrase fulfills of all kinds of mindfulness meditation, including body feelings, etc.?
I don't think so. Yes, you can feel the rib cage expanding, but that is still part of the breath almost. Yeah, it is not different from the breath. The whole body means everything. It means your toes. It means your head. It means it means everything. Yeah? And so to me that doesn't make any sense. Why should you start feeling your toes in the middle of the the breath meditation? Why should you be sensitive to all these feelings in the body? Why should you move to the general sensations? If you're focusing on the rib cage and the lungs, then that is very closely related to the breath. You are pretty much staying with the breath anyway here. What they often mean when they talk about feeling the whole body, they mean all the sensations in the body, all the little prickly, whatever is going on in the body everywhere. That is where they turn their attention. So they are actually losing the breath altogether. Yeah, they no longer have this feeling of the breath going on. So I would say that that is not, to me, a likely explanation, understanding of the suttas, because the sutta itself makes it very clear that the body in this context actually means the breath.
Dear Ajahn, please kindly describe how nimitta looks like.
What nimitta feels like, maybe better than looks like. So what it feels like, they say that nimitta is like a rejection of something. Yeah, you reject something, you are repelled by something. Yeah? And the reason why that is the case, well, first of all, I will give you an example from the suttas where nimitta is actually explained, and it is used in a particular context. And they say it is like when you see like pus or something, something which is not nice, kind of oozing from a sore or oozing from an opening, you feel nibbida towards that thing. Yeah? So what does it mean when something is like a pus coming out of a sore? You feel like an aversion towards it. You don't like it. Yeah, you are repelled by it. Yeah, maybe revolted is too strong, but you are repelled and you feel averse towards it. So that is one of the contexts in the suttas. So we can take it that it means something like being repelled or averse to something. Now, if you know how the path works, the path works by, you have the samadhi, and from the samadhi comes the yata bhuta nanadasana, which is seeing things in accordance with reality. From seeing things in accordance with the reality, you have nibbida. So what is it that you see here? Well, what you see in accordance with reality is suffering here. Yeah, this is kind of the whole point. You see suffering, you see impermanence, you see non-self, but you always see suffering as part of that. And what is your reaction to suffering? You are repelled. This is the whole point. We are always repelled by suffering. We are always averse to suffering. We don't want that. It's like the simile of the hot plate. Yeah, if you put your hand on a hot plate by accident, you don't know it has recently been heated up. So as soon as you put it down, you know this is hot. This is going to damage you. So you withdraw your hand. You don't have to think, should I withdraw my hand or not? If you think it's too late, you just do it as an automatic reaction. In the same way, when you see dukkha, the mind turns away. Yeah, it is that in the same way that you are repelled and averse to that hot plate, so you just withdraw your hand, in the same way you are repelled and averse to the dukkha of the world, so your mind withdraws from that. It is no longer attached to it. It no longer craves from it. It withdraws from those things. It is a sense of being repelled right there. So that is the idea of nibbita. It's like, I know Ajahn Brahm sometimes calls it samsara's ejection seat. You are like ejected from samsaric existence. Yeah, you are repelled, so you pull back, and you no longer attach or crave for those things. So I think that is a rough idea how to think about that.
Yeah, Chan. You mentioned that we should observe cessation of the five khandhas when we meditate. But I don't experience this. If anything, they only grow further. What should I do? What am I doing wrong?
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, well, I think what you are doing wrong, maybe you are holding on too much in a meditation. Maybe not letting go enough. Yeah, remember the meditation is a method of relaxing. You should get more and more relaxed, and it's like you are observing things more and more from a distance. Yeah. If we hold on to the breath and you grasp onto things, then you lose that ability to get a distance to things. Things are like fading away. So the more relaxed you are, the more you are on the right track. So maybe you're just holding on a little bit too much. And if you are holding on in this way, then you will not gain that spiritual bliss that we're talking about. Things will not really calm down. It will be a bit tense. It will be a bit unpleasant. It will not really be relaxing. So you need to relax more. You need to build up more mindfulness at the beginning of the meditation. Because when the mindfulness is strong at the beginning, you can hang out with the object without grasping. That is kind of the trick of mindfulness. If you don't have mindfulness, the only way to be able to observe is to grasp. You have to hold on to it. But if you have strong mindfulness, there's no need for that grasping because the mindfulness is present automatically. That's kind of the point of the mindfulness. So the mindfulness enables you to relax. Yeah, it enables you to be at ease. Without the mindfulness, it's very, very hard to be at ease. So probably you need to develop more mindfulness. To develop more mindfulness, you have to develop the first 6 factor of the Noble Eightfold Path. More right view, more kindness, more compassion, more care, more of these positive qualities. Then it starts to come together.
Yeah, Chan, what if we cannot make decision and problem of indecisiveness? What should we do?
Okay, so what you should do is you should... the first thing, there's many ways of making decisions, yeah, and Ajahn Brahm talks about this sometimes, and One of the ways of making decisions that is very powerful is to remember, only make decisions when your mind is clear. Don't make decisions if you are full of desire or ill will or confusion. That's always a very bad time to make a decision. Wait till your mind is clear. Wait till you're feeling relaxed. Yeah, you're feeling kind of at ease with the world. Then, when you don't have any of those, then you can make a decision. This is something you find in the Vinaya for the monks. If you are going to act as an official in the monastery, you're going to be in charge of the store or in charge of the work or something like that. You should be a person who is not swayed by the defilements. You should be someone who has a clear mind. So always in your life, make decisions only when you have clarity. If you have no clarity, wait. Wait as long as you can. This is one way of making a decision. Another way that I like is the idea to always ask yourself what choice, what decision is going to lead to improvement in my spiritual qualities. Ask yourself what is really important in life. And what is really important in life, I would say, is the spiritual well-being of a person. If you can improve your mindfulness, if you can become more kind, more understanding, more independent, have more samadhi, have more any kind of spiritual quality like this, more equanimous, more peaceful as a person, that is what we should always aim for. This is the meaning of life. What else is the meaning of life? This is what it's all about. So when you make your decision, you should ask yourself, which choice is going to enable these spiritual qualities to grow the most? If you have a choice between two jobs, job A pays really well, but you have to work really, really hard, yeah? Job B doesn't pay so well, but you have more free time. You can go on retreats. Yeah, you can go on retreats. Something like that, right? Then maybe you want to choose the one where you can go on retreats because it gives you more opportunity to practice the spiritual path, makes you more time to listen to Dhamma talks, to do meditation in daily life, whatever it is. So remember what is important in life. The things that seem important are often not important. The things that may not seem important actually often are. How can I be more kind as a person? Yeah, this is one of the fundamental things you should ask yourself. If a job is too stressful, sometimes you lose your kindness. Okay, don't take that job. If you are good at handling stress and stress just kind of wakes you up and is okay, maybe you can take it. But know your limitations, know what is really important in life, know what you will regret and not regret on your deathbed. When you come to your deathbed, you're about to die. What will really be important to you? What will be important to you is your spiritual qualities, the qualities of your heart. That is what's going to matter. And in the final analysis, the way to make a decision, this is really nice. This is Ajahn Brahma's method of making a choice, yeah, and I don't know where he got it from. Maybe he got it from some kind of article or something, but it's the flipping a coin way of making a choice, yeah. So you have a coin, you have heads and tails. So if you flip the coin, you get heads, then it's choice A. If it's tails, it's choice B. So you take the coin in your hand, you flip the coin goes dung, 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 and it goes into your hands, bang, yeah. Now it's really exciting. Is it going to be tails or is it going to be heads? You open up, tails. Oh no, not tails. Then you know, heads is the answer. You should go for number A. So the idea with this coins thing, the idea is to get an emotional reaction, yeah? You get an emotional reaction that is immediate, that is not, you don't think too much about it, you just have a gut reaction to, oh no, not tails, I don't want to do that, okay, you know heads is the right one, so choice A is the one you want to go for. That is kind of the idea there. Yeah? So it is just a trick to bypass the rational mind that can never make a decision and to go straight to the gut feeling. That's the idea.